Hello and welcome to the Naked WordPress, and in this video we're going to cover hosting your WordPress website on Google Cloud Platform. So once you've set up an account on Google Cloud Platform, I've got mine set up here, as we can see, hello at rentmydrive.co, and let's just go to the console. Once you get into the console, you're going to want to create a project. This is where all your stuff will be, and the reason I started with Google Cloud Platform is I was paying 20-something pound a month with GoDaddy for their, well, it was the bottom of the top package. If you know the dedicated servers, I had the bottom package, and on a daily occurrence, it just kept crashing. Memory outages, input, output outages, and it got to a point, like I said, I built the website and everything. It took me about 5 months, and it just kept crashing on me as admin. So imagine if people were using it, and you're halfway through trying to use it, boom, white screen of death or whatever. So I started looking at alternatives, and out of them all, the best three obviously is Google Cloud Platform, Amazon Web Services, and Microsoft Azure. But Microsoft Azure, that seemed to eat up a trial really quick of £150. Like within a month, someone like wanting money off me. Whereas with this, you get $300 free credit. So make sure you activate that before doing anything else. You'll have a ribbon up here. Click, activate, lovely. Everything's free. So I'll create a new project. And what you can see here, organization, that is because I'm signed up with my G Suite account. If you're going to want to use things throughout your website like Google Forms, presentations, G Suite, whatever, you need to be licensed. So, new project. Let's wait for dialog to come up. So I'm going to call this RMD. I need to actually have things in my hyphens, maybe. Website. Just so you know, if you can see here, look, project ID and that, it cannot be changed later. So I'd say here, and I'll just change that to project. So RMD website project again, because my organization, if you're doing it through just a standard Gmail account, which you can, because you still have to set up billing for things like, your APIs, Google Cloud Storage if you're going to use it. Project ID is not available. I must have done that in one of my tests, so let's try that. That's let us through. As you can see on your screen over here, you've got lots of different things where I've been doing. You see from days and see how far back. Well far back. Right, so now here it's created this project hopefully. Yep, there it is. Click into RMD website. And another thing you're going to have to do in a while is you're going to have to change your DNS over to this, but we'll get to that in a moment. So now we've got this set up. We can see there's no resources, we haven't added any people, there's nothing going on here. Billing, 0. And I'll take you through billing in another video. But in comparison, when I first set this up, I did it with WordPress certified by Bitnami. And getting the SSL to show all the way through was quite hard work, to be fair. And when we get into the WP admin in a bit, I'll show you what I mean, where in the settings it needs to show HTTPS, and otherwise when you're trying to upload images, for instance, you get mixed content, you lose your padlock. Not good. So like I said, I spent a month with the Bitnami one, and then I come across the one-click deploy Google, which we're going to go into now. What we've got here as well, these are mainly the tools you're going to be using. So if you look down here, you'll see them all, and you've got the pin look. So just pin them to the top, and marketplace is where we want to be heading. All right, we can already see it here, but if not, you can type WordPress in. Just one sec. And you'll see how many different types of WordPress installs you can do. So it depends on your requirements, exactly what you want. So just type in here, like for instance, you can do multi-site, and well, they're all popping up there. Look how many different types of WordPress solution we've got. Now, this was the first, well, not that one, where is it? This was the first one I went with here. But like I said, the padlock and everything, it just weren't as easy to set up as it is now. So I'll close that, and then we're going to deploy this. We'll see that we're now going to launch on Compute Engine. It says here we've got an estimated cost of that. Now I'm going to build this on the $4.24 micro package. And the reason I'm doing that is because if it takes off and all of a sudden you need a lot more resources, it's really easy to create a snapshot of your current site. That's what backups are called in WordPress. And then you simply create a new instance based on it, and you just choose a higher thing. Like I think you can go up to about £12,000 a month, to be fair. So no matter what your requirements are, and it's not just for your website, this Google Cloud Platform. Don't forget, there's so many tools like big data. You know, there's a video on YouTube where some fella queries 100 million rows of data in 2.5 minutes, and it costs $20. Now, if you're in the data analyst business, you will know that that is fabulous to be able to, you know, do that. So, you know, it's worth having a look around what's here. This may take a few minutes because it's configuring it. So we'll come back when it's done. And as we can see, it's now done it. Let's get rid of it outside. And as you can see, estimated cost at the moment, but we're not going to worry about that. So give it a name. It can only be lowercase letters and hyphens. So RMD, keep it all the way through. Website. These are different regions and zones where you can put it. Now, depending where you are is where you're going to want it, but let's see. You'll see different. Watch the costs when we choose different places. Europe, it's gone up. About your cheapest is US 1A there. So I'm going to keep it at that. But again, if you want to put it wherever, but then bearing in mind later on we do put it onto Cloudflare CDN. So we'll not worry about that for now. This, I'm going to make it a smart. Well, actually, let's see some of the big prices first. Oh, look at that. 10,000 a month. You know, there's all sorts of warnings. You're going to have gone over. We're not obviously going to do that. That'd be insane. Imagine paying that a month. So we're going to go with micro one. And we can see it's $5.13. And I'm sure yesterday we had it cheaper than that. Let's see. Nope. Certainly had it cheaper than this. 5.13. 5.13. It's same place there. US Central 5.13. Should give you an option. See, these will probably go up quite a bit. No, 5.13. So anyway, this one, wherever you want to put it, let's try Europe near to home. Because I'm in a place called Ramsgate. Let's have a look. One here. What's that going to give us? Oh, look, nearer to home. It's cheaper for me. I've told you I found it cheaper, but so we do that. Go away. Then here, administrator email address. hello@rentmydrive.co. I don't know if you have to do it with the same one as up here, but I'm going to. hello@rentmydrive. Install that. Yeah. You can have a different disk, but again, watch. It'll go up by about $1 an odd, I expect. 609. But at the minute, we're building this as cheaply as possible. And when we get to using Elementor and that, I have purchased my license for that, and youth booking and appointments and multi-vendors, so we're fully licensed. Also, click allow HTTPS from the internet. You may as well put the monitoring on if you want. Well, it's just some final checks. So we've named it. We've chose the zone we want. You can look for the zones if you want to see specifically where they are. And we've put his email address in. Install that. Boot this size in gigabyte. Let's see what happens if we put our up to 50. How much it goes up by? $6.59 a month. So you can see it's, you know, more than affordable for $83 a month. Well happy with that. Just wait for that to deploy. It takes a few moments. So as we can see now, it's done it. That took about 4 minutes, I would say. And we can see we've got this. We can see all those passwords and everything, which will change, suggest the next steps. But first, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, it's opened up, lovely. Redirect notice. Okay, we should see the WordPress 2019, I think it is. Yeah, there you go. So we've now got WordPress, not secure, and the IP address. So the next step we're going to do is, as it tells us to do here, suggested next steps, visit this, change the password. Now I'm obviously not going to be having the same passwords by the time this goes to thing, or I'll blur them out, whichever. So back to here, then we've got with PHP, MySQL instance, come on, site address admin, WordPress, MySQL. Let's try that one. Well, we know it's called WordPress, so we'll type that in. Copy that. Hopefully this is the one that lets us in. If not, we'll go back to it. Just paste that in there quickly. WordPress. If they don't let us in, don't worry, we'll come back to that in a bit. But we're in. So then in here, we'll find how to switch the password, but I'm not going to do that at the minute because it saves me having to blur certain parts of the video out. So you go there, change your password if you need to find out how to change it. Let's have a look. Google it. And so we've done that. As we can see, we've got a thing called the SSH. What this is going to allow us to do is to install our SSL in a little while. But what we've got to do first now is a DNS record. So best thing, just duplicate the tab. Shut that down a moment. Then if you don't know what a DNS is, what it's basically going to do, it's going to assign a name, rentmydrive.co, to an IP address. That. So over here, and then network services, cloud DNS, and then we're going to have to enable it. And again, these can take 1 or 2 minutes to get all the APIs generated and working, as it tells you there. This may take a minute too, so I'll pause until it's done. Oh, hang on, it's done. Let's see. Create zone. Now, this obviously has to be a website name. So for me, it's rentmydrive.co. For you, it's whatever yours is. Zone name must be. Oh, actually, sorry, wrong thing. That goes in there, and then up here, you just want to name it. So I'd call it Rent My Drive. There we go. You can put a description if you want. Create that. Now we can see we've got these here. Yep. So now what we need to do is create 2 records. First one is rentmydrive.co. That's fine. It's an A record, and then this is why the other tab's open. Go away. And again, go away. Copy link address. Back to here. And as you can see, you can only put numbers in. That's gone well, hasn't it? Well, that's gone lovely. Don't just do this to me now. We'll get there anyway. See, probably put all that nonsense in again, but we can see that's the main thing there. So just take all the rest of it out. So you just got your IP address, create that. Once that's done, we're going to do another record set. This one's going to be a C name. You're going to put www there. What this does, it forwards, if there's any old-fashioned people that still type www at the front of a domain. Create that. Now what can happen with it can take quite a while, you know, from an hour to 2 days to go through. A good place to check it now is Proxy, which is a VPN. But I don't expect it to show at the minute. On this it can take like half an hour, with being a new install and everything. So we're probably going to get an error code, at which point we'll pause the video and we shall wait for it to come back. Oh, there you go, look. And then hopefully the 2019 theme pops up. Well, let's see. So you see that's a really old version of it, but it's still bringing in their cache. I really need them. Let's see. Hide my ass. That's it. I've actually got a VPN thing here somewhere, set up VPN so I can jump to be wherever I want, and then where is it again? Tools. Oh, brilliant. I just love it when it does that. Let's go again. Tools. Web proxy. Need some emergency privacy if you want to go somewhere quickly and quietly. This is a good place to start. Or you can get yourself a free extension, which is quite handy if you don't know about VPNs and things like that. It basically puts you anywhere you want to be. So if there's content you want to look at in America, for instance, you know, on like Netflix, things like that, oops, something's wrong, so it's not there yet. So we'll just have to wait a little bit. checks there, we've got that, and then what else we can do here? Another thing you need to do, VPC network, external IP addresses. I believe it may tell us this down here. Look. Yep, assign a static external IP address. Now, when you've set your static one, don't panic when you come back into here again, maybe, and it says this, and you're like, well, I've set it. This is just suggested next steps. Yeah, it doesn't check that you've done them. So we can see here, I mean, it's ephemeral, which basically means it's different to static. rentmydrive.co. Oh no, actually it can only be like that. Rentmydrive. Set that, and then we should see it pop up here. And then we just have to wait a little bit for it to kick in, so we'll be back hopefully shortly. Right, next step being what I'd not actually taken you through is this. You need to find out what your servers are called here. So go back to your DNS. Oh no. Network services, cloud DNS. Rent my drive. These are what I call. So now I'll copy one of these, because if you notice, the only thing that changes in it is this number here, E1, E2, E3. Then you have to go into domain name registrar. We're using GoDaddy. So my products. Then we need to go to our cPanel. Website hosting WordPress. Because at the moment it's now pointing to here. So when you do the website address, it's only going to point to its hosting. Click in here. And launch cPanel, cPanel admin. Can be quite long, and then no, actually, domains is where it should be. I've actually gone to the wrong place, to be fair. My products again. I'll probably cut that bit out anyway. DNS here, see it, rent my drive, DNS. And then we scroll down, and as we can see here, name servers at the minute are pointing to GoDaddy. So we change these. It's like, no, enter my own name servers, and name server 1, that, and then again into 2. Change the E1 to E2. You may have like A1, A2, so on. Add name server. E3. Add one more. Which you guess it's going to be E4. Save. Now, when I did this with another site, the naked WordPress, this actual one, not Rent My Drive, I've done the domain through Google, and to set it took 2 days to filter through. Whereas when I do them with GoDaddy and things like that, just scroll down and check, see it's not saved them. Oh, that's amazing, isn't it? No, it's like you can't change them, so we'll have changed. Just waiting to refresh. Let's try and work our way back, see if it works like that. My products. What we're waiting to see is that all 4 of them did indeed change. It should now say they don't manage it, therefore they can't do anything, and if it does, there we go, look. So we can see the name servers now are Google ones. So what we've got to wait for, again, is for it to filter through. It's your first time doing it, it can take a day, it can take an hour. Like I said with Google, which is odd, Google domain and all that, it took me 2 days. At the moment we don't have an SSL in place. That's going to be, as soon as this works and goes through and we can see that the website works, we can then go ahead and set up the SSL through SSH, and at the moment it's still not filtering through, so we'll pause and we shall come back and wait for it to do its thing. We hope it pauses. This is Screencastify, control space, control space. Right, I believe it's gone through now on well, I'm on VPN here, look, I've set up in US. Patience and whatnot. It's saying can't be reached because look, it's trying to load that. So what we do here is we get rid of the S and then we try that. Let's see what happens. It's looking good. It's looking good. So as we can see now, it's showing. So we can now go ahead and install, generate the SSL, and we're going to do it through Let's Encrypt. And what that'll do as well is it'll auto renew it every 90 days. Back to deployment. Here's a good place to do it. Thanks for that, buddy. There we go. SSH. Just wait for that to load. And then we have to put in a couple of commands for certbot. So let's see. First, we're going to check what machine we're on. In other words, what type of server and, well, operating system, should I say. It can take a minute, especially when it's a brand new installation to come through. But what we're going to do then, and I'll put them in the comments, we're going to put that, and this will tell us what we need to know. So we can see it's a Debian linked 911 stretch. So our next thing to do is we're going to generate a certificate, and we do that at certbot.eff.org, and the EFF bit basically stands for electronic, what is it, something like Foundation Frontier, I believe. Let's go there. And why it's important to find that bit out, what we've just looked is get your site on. So my site is running on Apache and it is on Linux 9, and so Debian 9 stretch. Let's pull that back over so we can have a look. So we can see here, look, Debian 9 stretch. Let's put it on my screen for a minute because I work with two. Right, so that. Install SSH as a server. So then we need to copy this. I'll put the link to this page. I'll just put them in the steps, it depends which. So right now, bring this back over. Paste that command in and run that. We see it tells us a lot of stuff. Do you wish to continue? Yes. And then we should be asked for an email address and all that sort of thing in a moment as well. So we install the certbot. Alright, so we've done that there. And let's see next what the next step is paste this bit in. Plugin select, so here you can see enter email address. So I'm going to obviously use the one I'm using all the way through, but I don't think with this it's domain specific. But you may as well have it to you. Let's enter. Do we agree to the terms? Yes, we do. Then, would you be willing to share your, why not? Since you're getting a free certificate out of them, it doesn't have to share a bit of information, does it? So now we're going to enter the domain name we want to put in, and we're going to do both. So I'm going to do rentmydrive.co, comma, then www.rentmydrive.co. I'm not really too sure if it is too relevant to that, but see, so we see challenges and everything going on, and then we need to restart the Apache server as well in a moment, which that'll be in the code. Let's have a look here. So we're going to choose 2 for this one. Oh, sorry, I went wrong window. 2. And then no redirect, make no further changes. So we're going to choose 2, redirect. Wait for that to go through. Let's encrypt. Right, so hopefully now what we can see, it should, ta-da, and a WordPress feed. There we go, skip to content. Now what this is about in a minute, I'll show you. We have to now go into WordPress Admin. Go ahead, come on, skip to content then. Oh no, don't worry about it for now, because we now need to do the next step, which is, one moment. Now we need to go into WordPress Admin. If we remember, we've got credentials here, watch, so, but it now will change. So you'll want the password for WordPress Admin, and you can see how you're going to log in. Look, these are your login details. Mine will obviously be changed before this video goes live, or I'll be either blurred them out, whatever. Rent my drive, admin, wait for this to load. Your connection is not private, advanced, proceed. You'll see in a minute why it's done this. Come on, hurry up. I just love it when everything just goes like that, don't you? So you see, we had to do a second attempt, and then hello at rentmydrive.co, log in. Then what we're going to do next is go to settings, general. See this here? Now we need to change this to https rentmydrive.co, because we can still see it when it's not fully forwarding because I've gone through a VPN. So if you're checking this, don't worry at this stage, it's all gravy. Copy, paste. I would advise on your first time doing it though to wait until it has actually gone through and you're not using a VPN. Save changes, get rid of them tools. Hopefully it doesn't. This site can't be reached. That's because it's taking. I should have waited till it was showing through. So look, this site can't be reached. So even though I'm on VPN, it showed all that. I have got to actually wait for it to come through, which is just fabulous. Back shot. Oh, hang on. There we go. Just we still got this problem. What's happening here? Hello world, powered. So we've got a slight problem with the theme thing there. Not to worry. Let's go back into admin. See what's happening. Sometimes you can't, if you're used to WordPress, you'll know you come across some of these problems and you just have to troubleshoot them. Now it wants to put in that saved one from the other one. Right, password, back here, copy that, back here. We're just going to have to wait for it all to settle through nicely on DNS. Looks like, hello, the password is wrong. Really? Let's make sure I copied it last time correctly. I may not have. And if I have, my own website don't want to let me in. There we go. So we can see all that showing all fine now and everything, and then back into settings, general, https rentmydrive.co, and then in a bit, I believe this will grey out and we'll not be able to do anything with it. So aside from you see one or two little glitches waiting for things to bed in, we've pretty much gone through, you're not having a clue, well, maybe not having a clue how WordPress goes onto Google Cloud Platform. So we've set up a project and then we've installed WordPress. As we can see, there's updates and that's been done out. Now, an important thing as well is, like I said, if it's not gone through properly, you've got HTTP, what will happen shall be this. Well, it shan't happen now, hopefully. If it does, again, we just got to wait a little bit, see if it beds in. If not, then we readdress the problem. So upload any picture that decides to show up. And you see my bella there, look. Right, open that. What we're looking for is that padlock to stay, and then click on this image, edit. And then what we'll be able to see here, look, https rentmydrive.co. This is important because if you don't have this bit here, this S, and you start using Elementor, if you look in the other video I've done about this problem with getting the SSL, you'll see that as soon as I started trying to use Elementor was same as a mixed content basically, and I was always losing my not secure padlock. So the way around it to get around that was set up Google Cloud Storage and have a bucket with a load balance. Well, you don't necessarily have to have a load balancer, but learning it, I wanted to be able to show the URL and that. So I did that, and it turned out hosting for a month for 45 quid as a learning site. So I weren't quite happy about that. But now, as we see, we're on the $4.24 a month package. The website's there. It's up, it's not crashing. And the next thing I'm going to do, well, the next video is I'm going to attempt to duplicate, well, the site that I did have, I've got it saved as a package from Duplicator Pro, so I'm going to see if it'll bring it up. But when I did it into another domain name, again, we had major problems. So we'll see, we're having that package in rentmydrive.co name, and then having the website ready, we'll upload it and see what happens. And is there anything else you need to know, really? Well, there's lots, but to get to this stage, platform, we've done that, done the DNS, we've installed the virtual machine, we've put WordPress, we've done the SSL. So on this video, if you've got any questions, and bearing in mind this is my first attempt at doing these sort of videos, please do leave nice comments. Thank you. Bye.